job. Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you drop.
You join me here in the Audi, the A5. You know, don't review many cars, but this is the first one that I've sort of bought, and I've got to get rid of it because it doesn't do what I need it to. Having a young child, this isn't an ideal car. It's only got 2 doors, but overall, it's a good car. It's really nice. I love sitting in traffic. And to be honest, even sitting in traffic, it's really nice. It's currently sitting at about 700 revs tick over for a 3 litre V6 diesel. I don't want to say it's low, but it's happy. It's got anti-stall, so you don't actually have to use the throttle for creeping forward. And I'm doing 9 mile an hour and I'm already in second gear. And the car's happy. And it will also tell you on the dashboard that it wants to be in 4th gear at 30 mile an hour. Which, if it's happy, it knows what it wants to be in. A big diesel, the BMW that I've got likes to be in 3rd, and sometimes it'll stay in 2nd because it's an auto. Things I like about this car: it's got power, and it's the Quattro, so it doesn't wheel spin. If you want to pull off quick, getting onto an island or out of a junction, it will do it. But these need to be quick because you need to turn this and change this because 1st gear, it disappears very quickly. Considering the car's done 110,000 miles, the gearbox and clutch, it's the original clutch, actually feel really smooth. They're not heavy, it's not stiff, it's sort of what you expect, to be honest, from a clutch. The gearbox is nice and smooth, and it goes through all 6 gears really nice as well, which, you know, as far as a driver's car goes, well, you wouldn't expect a diesel to really be a driver's car, but it's actually a really nice place to be. The cockpit surrounds you quite nicely. Like, everything is, I'm not going to say driver focused. It's nothing like a Mark IV Toyota Supra, but all of this is slightly angled towards the driver. And it's quite a well-spec'd car as well. This model is the Sport, so it was actually released. It was the sort of the sportiest looking one you could buy before they released the S line. And it's got heated 6 settings on the heated seats. And I'd very rarely turn it above 3. On a cold morning, I've had it on 4, but I don't do more than that. It just gets far too hot, far too quickly. And if you've not experienced a heated seat on full settings, I don't recommend it. But it's, you know, for a cold day, yeah, it's nice. Makes the car feel warmer even though it's not. Cruising through the middle of the town, dare I call it a town? Driving through Burntwood on the way out towards Lichfield at the minute. Since I've left my house, it's currently doing 27 to the gallon. We haven't gone very far. But 27 to the gallon is about the same as what the BMW average is, but the BMW is, I want to say, a bigger car. It is bigger, but it's the same weight. So they're both about 1,800 kilos dry. So once you've got a driver and some fuel in it, it's more like 2 tons. So it's not bad at all. This one is also equipped with the Bang & Olufsen sound system, which I can confirm does work. It is very loud. The sound quality, really crisp, and you can't hear yourself talking when you've got it turned up. I don't know how loud it goes, because there's no indication anywhere to tell you if you're at the sort of top level, like if you're at the highest volume. We are about to enter a 50 zone, and I'm going to put my foot down a little bit to the speed limit. Don't want to incriminate myself. Do not want to see anyone going above the speed limit. I've had a driving ban for dangerous driving, speeding. So we keep it within the speed limits now. This car has got a stainless steel catback exhaust. Don't know what brand, but it sounds good. Outside the car, when you've got the windows down, you can hear the turbo spooling up. On these, it's just one big single turbo on the back of the engine. I say big, might not be big, but you can upgrade them. JM on Cars some years ago reviewed one of these from Dark Side Developments, and it was 400 horsepower, and it still did 40 or 45, maybe 50 to the gallon, which for a car of sort of 400 horsepower and an automatic, I believe their car as well, their Dark Side's car, they actually got it the 0 to 60 time down to about 3.6 seconds, which is ridiculous. It's fast. This one, no idea, not interested. For what I've needed it to do, which is get me to and from work, it's been fantastic. We're cruising down a 50 zone now, and it's quiet. I've got one slight rattle, which I think is the mic box in the door pocket. It's good. I'm impressed. I like it. Motorcycles. Oh, no. I didn't put the mic on. Oh well. This one's on, and this is the important one. Electric handbrake, not really a fan of, but they're just not for me. I do prefer a nice big manual lever. It's much easier to get them on and off, but I understand why they're there. This takes up a lot less space than a big lever, and there's not really much space for a lever in here. This car is actually sitting on H&R lowering springs. I believe it's 30mm. I didn't fit them. The previous owner, Sam, did, and he fitted them years ago, like lots of years ago. He's also got some Rotiform QLB alloys, which, since buying the car, I've put some Michelin Pilot Sport 5 tyres on, and I like a Pilot Sport 5. I'll run them on the Integra. The Integra tends to the standard wheels, so the road wheels and wet track day wheels are Pilot Sport 5s. But then for a dry track day, I've got Nankang AR ones. Considering the car's not been used for properly since I bought it for probably 2 years, the aircon still works. Everything works as it should, and it's quite nice. I'd say the car is definitely a continent cruiser. It would sit very nicely at the speed limit on an autobahn at 130 kilometres, which is just over 80 mile an hour, I believe. It is, yeah, about 82 miles an hour, which I believe in the settings in the computer, you can actually change the display in front of you to kilometres, rather than having to try and read the small writing on the little dial. I actually went to see the previous owner, Sam. Was it last weekend on Sunday? And although the flash on this is Midland remaps, and it's not a dyno proven remap, but he said third gear is the gear, and I can confirm third gear is one hell of a puller. Things I don't like. I'm sat where I consider to be comfortable, and the steering wheel feels slightly to the right, which I can deal with. It's only a small adjustment. I'm definitely in the middle of the seat, and the steering wheel is to the right. But more than that, the clutch pedal, if I put my foot on the clutch pedal, it seems only slightly to the left of the steering wheel, which means your feet feel like they're pointing towards the front wheel, not towards the front of the car. Now, it does take some getting used to. When I first got in the car, I was like, whoa, felt like I was sitting with my feet out the door. But after having it now for, what month are we in? April? 5 months, driving it about, it starts to get more normal, and you tend not to notice it. The next part is still in the footwell. So, because the engine is mounted this way, because it's the Quattro, the gearbox is obviously behind the car, meaning everything's shuffled across. The footrest for your left foot is pretty much, well, I can relax my foot and it doesn't, like, relax my left leg and my foot and it doesn't touch it. But I'm sat where I consider to be comfy, so it just needed to be a bit further this way, a bit closer to the driver. But some people may find that absolutely perfect. Another thing I'm not a fan of, if you want to plug your phone into this radio, into the car, to get your music from it, you have to buy a cable from Audi. Now, I've seen the ones that you can get from eBay. They're a lot cheaper. Some of them work, some of them don't. But it's also, I'm pretty sure I bought one for a car I had years ago, and it was about £50. And I was like, 50 quid for a cable? And I only had the car for 2 months. I was a bit gutted. I don't think I actually bought a genuine one, but 50 quid for a cable. I'm pretty sure I paid that for my cooker cable in the kitchen. But that's worth it because I cook my dinner through that cable. Fourth gear, 1600 revs, foot down, and I'm catching everything in front of me. So you've ruined that in your Fiesta. But we can also hear a little bit of exhaust. People have told me that these cars with not a straight exhaust, an aftermarket exhaust, do apparently sound like a Nissan GTR. I've always seen this drive past my house when I lived with my dad. That's how I know Sam. And it does sound really good. But I don't know whether it's a GTR noise. But it's still a nice noise. Still cruising along now. We're probably 10 miles from my house. We've been going for 24 minutes. We're doing 33 to the gallon, which for a claimed 310 horsepower and 750 newton meters of torque, 33 to the gallon's not bad. Not bad at all. The only thing it's missing as a spec optional extra is cruise control, but I'm fairly confident that you could retrofit it. I don't know whether the buttons are on the steering wheel or the steering column, but you could definitely retrofit it to this car and get it coded in. It would make the car just that little bit better. On a run to work the other week, I got this car to 38 to the gallon. It's an 18-mile journey. That's higher than I've actually managed to get the BMW. The bodywork on this car, considering it's, 2008, so what are we, 17 years old? It's done 110,000 miles, which I've definitely already said that. I think there is one sort of dink on this door where it looks like the door's been opened onto something. And then there's a few tiny little dents, like they're not even a dent, they just look like where the panel's like curved in slightly, where someone may have leaned on it or something may have bounced off the car at some point. I think there's 2 on the passenger side and 2 or 3 on the driver's side, which for a car of its age, it's impressive. Sam has really looked after this car. Currently 35.3 to the gallon. It's an impressive car, but I also think it may be a car that would be for a person who doesn't have kids, maybe early 20s, definitely in their 20s, maybe early 30s, that don't have a family or don't want a family, just to ride round in and, do I say pose a little bit? Posing a little bit because of how clean it is, how shiny it is, which you'll see from the B-roll at the end. That's all I've really got for the car today. That's all the video for you. If you like the video, please let me know, because we've got a whole host of cars that I can review, because currently, today, I've got car number 6 on its way. This is a problem. This one needs to be sold. The BMW's got the potential to be sold. The Austin has got the potential. We'll see what happens. But there's another car on its way, and hopefully we should see some videos of that very soon. Alright, thanks for watching. Enjoy the B-roll. Probably the best part of the video because my voice isn't in it, and neither is my face.